My brother asked me to donate my kidney to him. Then I found out he was selling it. When Tyler called me crying about kidney failure, I didn't hesitate. He was my little brother, and we'd always been close. He said the doctors found a genetic condition and he needed a transplant soon, or he might die. I immediately got tested to see if I was a match. The whole process was scary, but I felt good about helping him. We spent weeks going to appointments together. Tyler seemed stressed but grateful. He kept saying how much this meant to him and how he'd never forget what I was doing. The doctors explained everything about the surgery and recovery time. 2 days before my surgery, I decided to surprise Tyler with his favorite pizza. I drove to his apartment using the spare key he gave me for emergencies. When I walked in, he was on the phone in his bedroom with the door cracked open. "Yeah, the kidney's perfect," he was saying. "My brother's healthy, never smoked, barely drinks. The buyer in Mexico already transferred half the money. Once we do the surgery here, I'll fly down and they'll do the transplant there." I stood frozen in his hallway. Tyler kept talking about how much money he'd make and how he found this black market doctor who could make it look like his kidney failed after the transplant. He was planning to sell my kidney to some rich guy while keeping his own. My hands were shaking as I quietly left his apartment. I sat in my car for an hour trying to process what I'd heard. My own brother was going to let me go through major surgery so he could make money selling my kidney to someone else. The next morning, Tyler called asking if I was ready for surgery. I told him I needed to talk to him first. We met at a coffee shop near the hospital. I looked him straight in the eye and asked him to tell me exactly what was going to happen after I gave him my kidney. He started giving me the same story about how grateful he was. That's when I pulled out my phone and played the recording I'd made outside his apartment. His face went completely white. "How long have you been planning this?" I asked. Tyler tried to deny it at first, then started crying and saying he was desperate for money because of gambling debts. He owed some dangerous people and thought this was his only way out. I told him I wasn't going through with the surgery. Tyler begged me not to tell anyone and promised he'd figure something else out. But I was done protecting him. I called the hospital and told them the transplant was off due to family complications. Then I called the police. Turns out organ trafficking is a federal crime. Tyler got arrested 3 days later when he tried to meet with the black market doctor. The FBI had been tracking that guy for months. During the trial, I learned Tyler had been planning this for over a year. He'd been faking some of his test results and had contacted multiple black market dealers. The kidney was going to sell for $200,000. Tyler got sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. Our parents were devastated. They kept asking how we didn't see the signs, but Tyler had always been good at lying when he was in trouble. The worst part was that Tyler never actually needed a kidney transplant. His test results were normal. He'd been working with a corrupt lab tech to fake the paperwork. He was willing to let me have unnecessary surgery just for money. I haven't spoken to Tyler since the trial.